Hi everybody, welcome to week 5 again. This is the week 5 overview video. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll actually dig into what's expected for week 5. As I mentioned, there are several things that you will need to read and write throughout this. So let's take a look at the learning outcomes. Goals, of course, are to watch week 5 overview video, meet each requirement prior to advancing through the weekly module. Now, this is a new thing. I've been getting lots of emails from students saying, you know, how do I do this, or when is this due, and that kind of thing, which leads me to conclude that either you're not watching the overview videos or you're not looking at all the pages that you need to look at before you actually begin an assignment. So I'm hoping that by making all of these things required before you can proceed to the final assignment will actually answer many of those questions that pop up as you're working on an assignment. Another goal is to discuss any questions or concerns you have on this assignment with your peers, and then choose a topic for your research argument and formulate 2 research questions related to your topic. And these are related to the learning outcomes, which are tied to the overall course outcomes. Understand research as inquiry-based, develop compelling research questions, determine a strategy for researching your questions, and locate credible sources. So here's an assignments overview. I've kind of changed the format a little bit here. You're required to read chapter 8.1 in the writer's loop, but there are no annotations due this week, which is great. Next, I want you to read through a PDF handout that is called How to Write a Researched Argument. This is actually from the student's handbook. I think that's what it's called, Student's Handbook to the Writer's Loop. I did not make that a required text for you, so I do try to pull things occasionally from that you can read, and that will hopefully explain things. And then the 1001 Classical Research Argument Assignment, which I outlined and went over briefly in the Unit 2 video. Then we have writing and other assignments. So there'll be a discussion board assignment due with peer response. You will also watch the embedded library guide exploring research topics. I don't have a due date for that, but you do need to watch it. And then submit your paper topic and 2 research questions by Sunday the 26th. So here is that handout, How to Write a Researched Argument. You don't have to do the activities, but if it's something that you want to do to get the creative juices flowing, by all means, go ahead. But at least read about the various things that you need to do that are involved in creating a researched argument or writing a researched argument. So make sure you read that. Student's Companion to the Writer's Loop. I knew it was something like that. And then here is the classical argument essay handout, the research argumentative essay that I went through in the Unit 2 video. And then here is the discussion board assignment. So what you're going to do is look at this series of questions and think more about writing arguments. So you have to choose one question, one or more questions to think about and respond to, and then respond to 2 of your peers. So the questions here are, have you written an argument before? If so, what was it about? Did you enjoy the process? What are your feelings about writing an argument? Are you worried about the process? Excited? Being proactive means causing something to happen rather than reacting to it. Reacting to it once it has happened. How can you proactively address anything that might get in the way of your writing an awesome argument? You might have trouble with procrastination or grammar, So think of the steps that you could take to write the best argument that you can. What do you do to make sure you remember when completing this assignment, and what questions do you have about argument writing at this point? So the idea is to kind of think about writing arguments, an argumentative essay, and get advice from your peers. So that is the whole point of this discussion board. Next, we will go to the library guide. So each of the colleges within UC, and by that I mean main campus, Blue Ash, and Claremont, each have these English 1001 English composition library guides. Since many of you are actually on campus, the main campus, and not Claremont students, even though Claremont is the offering college for this course, I thought it would be best to go with the one that Langsam Library has for students. So what you'll need to do in this is actually watch the embedded video, and then in this dig deeper, there are several different databases and starting points that you can look into. And if you're having trouble developing a research question, you can try this worksheet that they have. I think that might be a little bit helpful for some of you. And then once you do that, we move on to the paper topic and research questions assignment. So the first thing you need to do is find a good research topic or research question. And the topic or question is different from a thesis statement because it's more general. So once you start researching things and you get more information about the topic, you'll be sufficiently well informed to be able to assert a position. And then once you are able to assert a position, that assertion turns into your thesis statement. So there are ways to determine a research topic. It can be very difficult, but you have to keep in mind that your topic must be arguable. It has to have scholarly value, and it needs to be broad enough for balanced discussion. It should allow you to enter and then add to what we call the scholarly conversation, right? Because it needs to be manageable, your topic should also be narrow enough for a detailed discussion of relevant issues on the topic. So you should list 3 issues or topics that you're interested in exploring further and answer the following questions about each issue. What is it that you know and believe about the issue? And how did you develop an understanding of an issue? So once you have some clarity there, you're going to move on to your research question assignment. So you need to follow or consider the following questions as you formulate your own research questions. Think about what the central questions are that need to be addressed in relation to your issue, and what are, or do you suppose would be at least 2 important objections to your stance on the issue. So you're going to think about something important that you agree with, and then also anticipate what 2 important objections might be to the stance that you have taken. So the directions here say to write and submit 1 to 2 pages stating your proposed essay topic, 2 research questions, and then a paragraph for each question that identifies concerns, controversies, or problems that come up most frequently when people talk about that topic. Remember to consider your interest in the topic, your ability to fully research it, and whether or not the issue invites opposition. If it doesn't invite opposition, then you might need to change your topic a little bit, because this is, again, an argumentative essay that you are doing research for. And here at the bottom, I say that you might find the worksheet linked at the bottom of the previous library guide page helpful in preparing for the assignment, but it is not required. That is worth 5 points, that paper topic, and again, it is due September 26th. And I think that is the end of our week 5 module. Yep. So look for these weekly module overviews on Mondays. I will post them in this week 5 overview / video. I have this clicked right now and I have no text. I will probably add text to it, but right now it's just a placeholder for the video. So that'll look different once you have access to the materials on Monday morning. So if you have any questions, remember you can email me. I usually respond right away unless it's like at night or on the weekend. If it's after about 8 p.m., I usually will not look at a student's, I'll read the email, but I won't respond because I'm usually away from my computer by then. And I, do like to have some downtime with my family or just by myself to chill and relax and recharge for the following day. So I think I said in the syllabus that I normally check my emails in the morning. First thing in the morning, I will look at my emails and I'll usually respond. Unless I haven't had coffee yet, then you might have to wait until I have my coffee before I respond. And then again in the evening. I usually do check throughout the day and I will respond throughout the day if I'm not busy doing something else. But do keep in mind that I do teach a face-to-face class on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So I would not be able to respond to you until after 10 p.m. once I get back home, because they're a long 3-hour classes. And I do have to drive into Cincinnati and then back home again. So that takes a while. But other than that, let's see. Reminders about office hours. I do have Wednesday mornings set aside for office hours from 9 a.m. to 10:30. But you can request a virtual meeting with me at other times. Again, keep in mind that I am busy Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, but I am pretty adaptable if I'm given at least 24 hours notice. So if you want to request a different time than Wednesday mornings from 9 to 10:30 a.m., please just send me an email and I will be happy to try to accommodate you. So again, office hours and any questions, contact me through email and I will try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right, everybody, have a great week. Bye-bye.